Picture this. You are staring at your bank statement, and there's actually money left over after paying your bills. I know it sounds like science fiction, but bear with me. Now you are faced with a choice that could literally determine whether you retire sipping cocktails on a beach or eating ramen noodles in your studio apartment at 75. Should you throw that extra cash at your debts like you are playing financial whack-a-mole? Or should you invest it and let compound interest work its magic while you sleep? This single choice could mean the difference of hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. And here's the kicker. Most people make this decision based on gut feeling rather than actual math, which is about as effective as using a magic 8 ball to plan your retirement. My name is Josh, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, so you do not have to. Today, we are breaking down the exact mathematical truth behind paying off debt versus investing, so you can stop guessing and start building wealth. Let's start with something that might blow your mind. When you pay off debt, you are essentially earning a guaranteed return equal to the interest rate on that debt. Think about it this way. If you have a credit card charging you 22% interest and you pay it off, that is like earning a risk-free 22% return on your money. You have to contrast this with the stock market, which historically averages around 10% annually over long periods. The market comes with a very real possibility of watching your money evaporate faster than your motivation to exercise in January. Show me an investment that guarantees 20% returns with no risk, and I will show you a scam. You simply cannot consistently and safely beat credit card interest rates in the stock market. Let me paint you a picture with some real numbers. If you have $5,000 in credit card debt at 20% interest and you are making minimum payments, you will end up paying over $13,000 total. That is $8,000 in pure interest going absolutely nowhere, except into the pockets of credit card companies. But here's where the math gets absolutely brutal. While you are paying that $8,000 in interest over the years, if you had invested that same money in a simple index fund averaging 8% returns, it would have grown to over $14,000. So that credit card debt did not just cost you $8,000. It cost you the opportunity to make $14,000, bringing your real cost to over $22,000. Every month you carry high-interest debt is another month you are working for the credit card company instead of working for yourself. But not all debt is created equal. Now we need to talk about good debt, like a mortgage, which is money borrowed at such reasonable rates that smart investors actually want to keep these loans around as long as possible. Imagine you've got a $350,000 mortgage at 4% interest over 30 years, and you have an extra $1,000 each month to deploy. If you attack that mortgage with the extra $1,000 per month, you'll be mortgage-free in about 14.5 years and save $140,000 in interest. If you then invest your old payment amount plus that $1,000 for the remaining 15.5 years, you end up with roughly $1.2 million or about $1.1 million in total wealth after subtracting the interest you paid. But here's the mind blower. If you make the minimum mortgage payment and invest that extra $1,000 monthly from day one for the full 30 years, your investment account grows to approximately $2.2 million. Even after paying $250,000 in mortgage interest over those 30 years, you're still sitting pretty with about $1.9 million in total wealth. Choosing to invest instead of paying off that low-interest mortgage results in a massive wealth difference of, wow, roughly $800,000. And here's the secret weapon. Inflation is quietly working in your favor. With fixed-rate debt, your mortgage payment stays frozen in time, meaning you're essentially borrowing today's expensive dollars and paying them back with tomorrow's cheaper dollars. If math were the only factor in financial decisions, we would all be driving sensible cars and eating rice and beans every meal. The reality is that your risk tolerance and psychology change everything. Some people are natural debt haters who will sacrifice potential investment gains just to sleep peacefully at night without debt hanging over their heads. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that, because peace of mind has value that does not show up in spreadsheets. However, before you even think about whether to pay off debt or invest, there is a strict prerequisite. You need to have 3 to 6 months of expenses sitting in a boring savings account, doing absolutely nothing. If you do not have an emergency fund, and your car decides to transform into an expensive paperweight, your entire investment or debt payoff strategy collapses like a house of cards in a hurricane. There is one absolute exception to paying off bad debt first. If your employer offers a 401k match, contributing enough to get the full match is basically free money. It's like your boss saying that for every dollar you save for retirement, they will give you 50 cents. Only a financial masochist would turn down an immediate guaranteed return like that. For those of you paralyzed by the choice between paying down debt and investing, you can use a hybrid solution. Instead of choosing between the two, you can split your extra money, putting half toward debt reduction and half toward investments to hedge your bets and help you sleep better at night. The worst possible outcome is spending so much time planning the perfect strategy that you never actually execute any strategy at all. Stop overthinking it. High interest debt? Attack it as it owes you money. Low interest debt? Let it stick around while your investments do the heavy lifting. Don't head off just yet. Hit that subscribe button to join the Quiet Money by Josh. Your support is the engine that keeps these finance insights coming.